Welcome everybody into a second video on how to do SteamCMD and ATS or ETS dedicated server. I will first give a big shout out to Hercules from Modding Unlimited. He is the one who created these bat files I put in the first video. He also created this menu, which is what I'm going to show you today on how to start everything and run it from this menu. It's a bat file. It's super simple. He's dumbed it down for all of us, and I'm just going to explain a few things, and hopefully everyone can follow along and get it going, because it really is super easy. So first things first, you obviously want to have the game installed on your machine and a secondary machine. This is my second machine. I'm going to install the server on here, but we'll obviously play it on my personal computer, which is sitting right next to me. So without further ado, let's get started. First thing we're going to do is we're going to go to this link that I'm going to post down below. It'll be the first thing that you see. It will be the Convoy Server.bat file. It is a zip. We're going to download it. Obviously, I don't need to download it. You've seen it, but just click the download. It's going to tell you your download's in progress. Just wait for it. It will show up down here in the bottom. Open it up, unzip it like you do everything else you've ever downloaded. Once that's there, I like to extract it to my desktop. That's just me. Put it in your documents folder. You can put it wherever you want. Open your folder up. We're going to double click this guy and open it up. So which we're going to come to. Just follow the instructions. First things first, we're going to download SteamCMD. So let's press 1. Next thing will be to install SteamCMD. We'll press 1 again. Go through, tell you what it did. It's super quick and easy, so you probably won't even see it. So now we want to install the server. So let's press 2. Enter. Now, we're obviously going to do ATS for me, but if you want to do Euro Truck, it's right there. Just follow the prompts on number 2. And that's all you got to do. So we're going to press 1 to install ATS server. It's going to open up another command prompt here. Just let it do its thing. We'll just kind of sit here and twiddle our thumbs for about a minute or so until all this goes through, and I don't know, make up a few things here. How's everyone doing? Doing okay? Yeah. Alright, so while this is finishing up, like I was saying before, once we get this installed, there's a command that we have to run in the actual game to generate some files. I'll just kind of briefly explain. We're going to generate these 3 files. I'm lying. I clicked the wrong one. We're not going to generate this backup file because that's afterwards, but we're going to do the server config, server packages.dat, server packages.si. That's why it's very important that you have the game installed close by, because we're going to need to generate those 3 files to be able to put it into your SteamCMD dedicated server here. All right. So now once that's done, so we've downloaded Steam, we installed Steam, we installed the server. If you want to update it, we can from here. You just did it, but let's just do it anyways. We're going to update ATS, press 1. It's going to do all that. It's basically going to tell us that everything's okay. Throw us right back to this. Now, we're going to start the server. The first time you start the server, it will generate an error. and it will kick you back out. So don't be alarmed. So let's start it for the first time. We're going to start. It's going to go through, see the errors. That's okay. This is why we need this. So once we see those errors and it starts going red, just close this out, okay? We're not going to need that for a minute. From here, this is why I said we need to have the game installed somewhere. We're going to come over here to your game. Going to log into the profile that you want to use as far as mods go. If you have 10 mods that you want to play with on your Convoy server, then load that profile, okay? Because this will generate the server files, it'll generate the game, the map, whatever mods you have installed. That's what's going to work. So for this one, I'm obviously going to use mine because this is what our company uses. We got 48 mods. We're going to go into the game. Maybe. Come on. And once we get into the game, we're going to just hit drive. We just need to open up the map to act like you're driving somewhere. Also, make sure you have the dev console enabled on your single player game. If you do not know how to do that, pause this video, go figure out how to do that. I'm not going to spend the time on how to do it, but you will need to know how to, you need to go into the dev commands. So that being said, from here, we're going to go into the dev command. We're going to type export underscore server underscore packages. We're going to hit enter. I've done this a few times, so mine generated super quick. For the first time, your screen will pause. Depending on how many mods that you have going on, anywhere from 20 seconds to 2 minutes. First time I did it, 48 mods. I think my screen froze for about 2 minutes, but then everything came back and it gave me and told me server packages exported successfully. So once that's there, let's tab back out of the game. Now I have, like I said, I have my stuff networked together so I can go back and forth between the my computer and the computer I'm working on. So hopefully you have it set up this way. If not, flash drive it, whatever you got to do to get it from your computer over to the other system. You can run it on your own system if you really want to do it that way as well. But I like to move it. I like to move it and put it on my own. So after that's done, you're going to go to your documents folder, your American Truck Simulator folder. Now, you're now going to see your server config, your server packages.dat, and your server packages.sii. You'll want to copy. If you're going to go to your other computer, you want to copy these 3 files and put them over there. If you're going to stay here on your own PC and run the SteamCMD, you don't have to move them. All you have to do is edit this file, and I'll show you that in a second. But let's pretend that we're moving it to the other server, or to the other machine. Sorry, mine happens to be a server. So we're going to copy them. Like I said, I have them set up over here. So we're going to go to my ATS server config files. I've already got them copied, but let's just copy them again. There we go. Actually, I need to pull this off and edit that real quick before we go any further, because I know there's a file in there that I need to change. It's got a password on there that I need to edit real quick, so bear with me, guys. Okay. All right, now that we've got those there. Now remember I told you that the game failed a minute ago, right? When we tried to start it. Let's open up another file explorer. Just because we're going to be copying some files over. So when you ran it and it started, but it failed. So what it did, it actually generated this folder inside Documents, American Truck Simulator. So we're going to go into here. You see there's a server config, but that's it. So let's bring these 3 files over. Dang it. Okay, now that that's there, we're going to right click on this. We're going to edit. This is what you're going to be left with. So do not touch this. This is what it was when you did it from your personal game, okay? That was just the config name that it came up with. The lobby, this is where we're going to name it. I already have one set up for us, so I'm going to name this number 2. Description. Like I said, this you can name whatever you want. You don't want it to be too long, just give it a little name, whatever, okay? Welcome message. Welcome, right? Who cares? Password. You probably want to give it a password. For shits and giggles, we're just going to give it 5 zeros, okay? Just to give it a password. Mac players, still can't change that right now, so leave it alone. Mac vehicles, no. Can't change those, can't change that. Ports, if you're not familiar with ports, then leave these alone. You can change these, and you will need to go to your router and forward these ports to whatever computer you're going to have them on. If you're on if you don't know how to forward ports, please look that up and pause this and look it up, figure out how to forward your ports. It's really not too difficult, but I'm not going to go into that right now. But you will need to forward these ports and have them open for whatever system IP you have them on, like 192.168.1.32. That's the computer you're on. You need to forward those ports to that computer, to that IP, okay? Everything else, I mean, it's kind of just like if you did a convoy for yourself, right? You know, player damage, true. Traffic, do you want it on or off? True is on, false is off. So change those at your discretion. Here's another tricky thing. If you want to have moderators for your server, yourself, friend, company owner, co-owner, whatever you're doing this for. So let's say you want 3 mods run there, okay? We're going to change that to 3. Then we're going to type in moderator underscore list bracket 0, close the bracket, colon, Steam ID. Okay? Now, I don't know why that capitalized. Do not capitalize that. Leave it as a lowercase. Obviously, that's going to be your whatever your Steam ID characters are. Make it yours, your buddies, whoever it needs to be. Just make it that. Always make sure there's one space right there. You see I started with a 0. Now we're going to change that to a 1. We're going to change that to a 2. So now we got 3 mods in there. See? Started with 3. Always start with 0. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay? Now that we got that, I got to delete these because it's going to mess everything up. So I'm going to hit 0. I'm going to save it because we got all this changed. We're done with this. We don't need it no more. What we do need, we need to go back to this. Open this back up. We're going to go back to 4 because we're going to start the server. Hit enter. We're going to start ATS server. Press 1. Hit enter. Now we're going to see all this generate and pop up. You scroll up, you don't see any errors coming up right through here. We're good. We're absolutely good. Now you can see all the DLCs, see all the mods that we have. So it looks like everything's there that we need. See it started. There's your ports that it's on. Your damage, true, false, all that fun stuff. And player 0. Now, what we go do, if you have the ports forwarded correctly and everything's working, we should be able to go to the game. We should be able to go to your convoys and wait for this to load. Seems like the convoy has started running super slow here lately. Once this loads, we should see the Papa Bear Trucking dedicated server. Oh, good grief. It's really slow tonight. I'm sorry, guys. There we go. So, we've got Papa Bear Trucking dedicated server, Papa Bear Trucking 2. Okay, now that we've got both of them running, this is the one I started originally. That's the one I just created on another machine that you just walked with me. We did the walkthrough. So now that they're there, click on it. Make sure you got your mods. Yeah, I'm missing a couple, so I got to redo this one. But yeah, we got all the mods, got everything working. All we got to do is join it. Now, it's not going to let me join because I'm on a different profile because I don't have the correct mods loaded on this one. But I can go join this one, and it's up and running. You join it, click it, just like normal. Got my password. We'll get in there, and we'll join the session. That's super easy, guys. Of course, you know how to run everything else. So super, 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 super easy, guys. Got any questions, comments, concerns? Shoot me a message down below in the comment section. I will definitely check them out and answer whatever I can. If you felt this was helpful, subscribe. Don't be honest, I don't do a whole lot of videos, so don't expect a lot, but I just wanted this to come out because I knew there's a lot of people out there having some issues trying to get this started. I know I did, and worked with Hercules here. He made this menu up, but yeah, it makes it a heck of a lot easier. The only crazy thing is, most SteamCMD dedicated servers, when you install it, it puts all the files you need in there automatically. For some reason, with ATS or even ETS, you have to go into your single player game, go into Drive, type in that command, generate those files, then put it in there. And the fact that it's using the mods from your profile. So that's where that server packages comes into play. If you don't have that, you're not going to have the game. So hopefully SCS gets with the program and they allow us to have this where we can add the mods separately in a folder, like you can with your normal game, It would be super, super nice. But when that time comes, I'll definitely do another video for you guys, show you what to do. So, till then, happy trucking.